U.S. Marine Corps AV-8B Harrier pilots have reportedly intercepted several Houthi drones during the militants' anti-ship campaign focused on the Red Sea, along with a barrage of drones. It's unclear how many, if any, drones have been shot down by the Harriers. To date, we've heard reports of U.S. and allied warships downing Houthi drones and missiles, as well as aerial kills by U.S. Navy FA-18 Super Hornets and undisclosed ground-based fighters. The latest revelations also highlight the AV-8's air-to-air capabilities, something the war zone has explored in the past. In an interview with the BBC, Marine Corps AV-8B pilot Captain Earl Earhart said he had intercepted 7 Houthi drones. The war zone attempted to determine for certain whether any of those drones were also shot down by Earhart. Earhart serves with Marine Attack Squadron 231 VMA 231, the Ace of Spades, which is currently aboard the amphibious assault ship USS Bataan LHD-5. Since late December, the USS Bataan has been operating in the Mediterranean. But in October, when the Houthi campaign began, the warship was operating in the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf region. It's not entirely clear where Earhart flew the missions in question. "I never imagined we'd be doing this when we launched it," Earhart told the BBC, noting that in early October, the squadron, part of the 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit Special Operations Capable, was hoping to complete its latest deployment. Earhart's report suggests that air combat against all forms of resistance isn't necessarily what VMA 231 is looking for. "We took a Harrier jet and modified it for air defense," Earhart added. "We loaded it with missiles, and that way we were able to respond to their drones. The type of missiles used was not disclosed. However, the Marine Corps AV-8Bs can be armed with examples of the radar-guided AIM-120 Advanced Medium-Range Air-to-Air Missile AMRAAM and the heat-seeking AIM-9 Sidewinder. The aircraft can also be equipped with the GAU 12-25mm gun pod, which could potentially be used in air-to-air combat as well." Photos released by the Pentagon of an AV-8 aboard the USS Bataan in recent months also confirm that the aircraft is carrying the LITENING targeting pod. These drones can also play a critical role in air-to-air combat, with the ability to link the pod to the jet's radar or other sensors for very long-range target identification, day or night. You can read more about this important capability here. However, the same BBC article suggests that at least some of the drone interceptions were conducted at close enough ranges that their explosive payloads could potentially damage the aircraft hunting them. The risks involved in finding and shooting down much slower-flying drones are something we've heard before, including from the war in Ukraine, where similar Iranian-designed one-way attack drones have been widely used. According to Earhart's report, it appears that the USS Bataan had 1 or more AV-8s at high readiness to be launched against incoming drone and possibly anti-ship cruise missile threats. Targeting information appears to have been provided primarily by a U.S. Navy destroyer in the region, using its Aegis combat system, which you can read more about here. Earhart continues, "Command room would say, the Houthis have launched a one-way attack drone. We have this much time. Then we could reduce the response time from 2 hours to a 5-minute response." While the use of the AV-8 against Houthi drones was driven primarily by its availability in the region, it's worth noting that it has a very relevant, if often overlooked, air-to-air capability. In its radar-equipped AV-8B plus form, the aircraft uses an AN/APG-65 radar transferred from a former F/A-18 A/B Hornet. It has since undergone several upgrades and, combined with AMRAAM, provides a potent beyond visual range air-to-air capability as part of its multi-role repertoire. With a limited thermal signature, the drones can't always be reliably downed using a Sidewinder. In the past, a former U.S. Air Force F-15 pilot explained to the war zone that while an AMRAAM is not the only option in this type of engagement, it may be best, depending on the target size and engine type. Another former Air Force Eagle pilot added, "By not putting out enough of an infrared signature, you might not get a tone before going inside the minimum range, rendering the AEM-9 useless." Apparently, the drones have enough of a radar signature to enable a target lock before hitting the AMRAAM's minimum range. On the other hand, flying over the sea might also make it easier for the Sidewinder's seeker to acquire a target, even with a lower infrared signature. Gun kills against small aerial targets are generally judged to be tricky to achieve without a good deal of practice, and it's unclear if the pilots involved would have trained for aerial gunnery in any capacity. They can also be dangerous with the possibility of running into such a small target. One former Harrier pilot told the war zone, "Guns would be possible, but tricky, very tricky, but fun too." The unique performance of the AV-8 might also make it an especially useful platform for targeting slower-moving threats. As we have explained in the past, the Harrier's 4 thrust vectoring nozzles, combined with reaction control vanes and augmented aerodynamic control, provide the pilot with some remarkable slow-speed flying qualities that could be useful in engagements with slow-flying drones. While we don't know the exact types of drones that were intercepted, the Iranian-designed Shahed 136 that has been used by the Houthis and by Russia reportedly has a top speed of only around 115 miles per hour. The AV-8 may lack the performance of the Super Hornet, but it is nonetheless able to range far ahead of naval assets and offer them an additional degree of protection, or to take off and respond to potential threats. The ability of crewed aircraft to investigate a potential threat is also a significant advantage of the AV-8 over a surface-to-air missile system. This kind of flexibility is especially useful in a complex battle space like the one found today in the Red Sea. As well as defending against Houthi threats in the air, the report states that the USS Bataan has also taken part in retaliatory airstrikes, which have targeted militant groups in Iraq and Syria, as well as the Houthis in Yemen. That would indicate that AV-8s launched from USS Bataan while it was in the eastern Mediterranean, where it arrived on December 28th via the Suez Canal to form part of an amphibious ready group, ARG, there. The Harrier is in the twilight of its career with the Marine Corps. It is scheduled to be entirely pulled from service by 2027. We have discussed in great detail in the past how the aircraft's unique talents, especially in the air-to-air and short takeoff and landing realms, could still be of great use, especially to Taiwan. Upgraded with the AN/APG-79 V4 active electronically scanned array radar, now found on Marine Corps Legacy Hornets, the Harrier could defend large swaths of airspace from highly austere locations without relying on huge vulnerable runways. This could also be of great use in the Pacific, but as of now, this won't be the case. With few signs that the Houthis are scaling back their attacks on maritime targets, it seems certain there will be the opportunity for further intercepts and subsequent aerial engagements against drones and anti-ship cruise missiles in the region. But for the Harrier, its latest air-to-air application serves as a reminder that the Marines' jump jet will be going out at the top of its game.